The Tale of Rhy Shen, Chapter 8. The Black Flame Core Disaster. Rhy Shen stood at the Piedmont, where the threshold of the northern bridge to Alcor rose out of the fog like a pale rib.
Pah! Screw those forgers. They dumped me in the yard like a fucking dog.
Behind him, the courtyard of the forge did not stay silent for long. Nothing in Mizar ever did. Hammers woke from within the mountain. The jarring voices from the iron-masked assistants bubbled on the square. Metal sang. And still, Rhy Shen couldn't care less about this pack trial they prepared with so much noise. The truth about where the Aeon fire was hidden waited along the bridge.
I bet she is testing me in her twisted ways with this stupid arrest.
Rhy Shen didn't dare set a foot on the mossy threshold. In every shadow, he saw her. The Aeon-bound mistress lingered at the edge of his sight wherever he looked. She flickered atop the twisted, vine-grown arch of the bridge. Then she stood among the black pines on the city walls, which clashed against the rocky cliffs of the mountains above. She was inevitable.
I think I'm going insane. This mistress, I see her everywhere.
He expected M to laugh aloud in his ear, or congratulate him on his notorious anxiety, or unleash another storm of insults. Instead, M muttered as quietly as he could.
This time, I'm not so sure about your incompetence, kid. Maybe she is watching. We don't know what she is up to.
Each time Rhy Shen blinked, her reflection was elsewhere, not moving, simply already there. She only watched, as if she were waiting for him to place one foot on the stone and break whatever vow he had never meant to swear.
You might like to hear that there may be another way to take a peek at what is going on beyond that bridge without her knowledge. Remember that Ishi mirror you altered with one of your crooked hairs? What if I told you it's also bound to a fragile little scene from the past? The kind the high priests of Alcor would pay a fortune to erase.
That wouldn't sound like a coincidence to me at all.
Nice shot, kid. Nice. Indeed. There's a good chance it's sitting somewhere very comfortable in one of the high temples of Alcor right now. And, coincidentally, you warped that mirror when you stepped into the furnace. If that isn't lucky,
That sounds even less than a coincidence, M.
Rhy Shen let the perfectly filigreed, softly healing radiance of Alcor's skyline wash over him, wondering what secrets the high priests might be burying beneath a place so immaculate. As the morning sun rose over the white roofs of Alcor, the enchanted lights faded one by one.
Do you think I could take a look through the mirror? But how? I don't have one.
I'll tell you how to connect with it when you have survived the pack trial. If you survive the pack trial.
Rhy Shen took a last, yearning look at the city and the secrets it held. The urge to belong to something greater surged through him as he thought of the Aeon fire hidden there.
there you are, Shitty Hammer.
Hasty footsteps and a shrill voice announced the arrival of the Forge assistants.
The pack trial is almost ready. Everyone is waiting for you.
Lined up like ducklings, they trudged up the gritty canal bank. Two of them lagged behind and tried to push Rhy Shen over the causeway, surprised that their tiny punches couldn't even budge him. When Rhy Shen reached the forge, the courtyard had been transformed into a battlefield. The air roared with the clang of hydraulic joints and the rattle of loaded magazines. Some of the assistants silently whistled.
Look, there he is.
One of them lifted his welding mask to speak as quiet as possible.
I heard that the whack material from his hammer came from outer space.
No way. From another planet?
The guild masters couldn't make sense of it.
One very tall, slim assistant brushed past Rhy Shen, carrying a helmet almost too large for him to lift. Not long after, two even slimmer assistants followed, balancing a massive robotic arm on their shoulders. A whole crowd of assistants had gathered around the piles of clutter and metal at the side of the yard, naturally forming a circular pit. They were all slight, mostly human, but they left little of it visible beneath their masks and gauntlets. An unwelcoming path opened before Rhy Shen, making sure he walked exactly where they wanted him.
So, what kind of test is this?
The guildmasters took their positions above the circular pit, observing in quiet judgment. One of them raised a hand, the signal clear. The assistants shouted in excitement.
Equipment check! Equipment check! Go, Maurice!
A tiny assistant, with a helmeted head, stepped forward. Even with the headgear, he barely reached Rhy Shen's shoulder. In his hands, Maurice carried Rhy Shen's Qilin hammer as if it were a bag of filth, yet a new shimmer ran across its surface, glinting in the light.
Give him the shitty hammer, Maurice. We want to see it in action.
Maurice leaned forward, handing the hammer to Rhy Shen with steady hands. Then he straightened, offering his helmeted head and pointing at it. His gaze remained fixed on Rhy Shen with unraveling challenge. Not a trace of fear touched his eyes. One of the assistants from the crowd pointed at Rhy Shen, shouting,
Slam him!
And from another direction, other assistants agreed.
Yes! Show us what your hammer is made of.
Rhy Shen felt paralyzed, staring at the weapon, unsure what to make of it. The hammer pulsed faintly in his grip, alive in a way it had never been before, the essence of its Qilin soul brushing against his senses. He stared a little too long, until somebody in the crowd lost his temper.
Equipment check! Do it, shithead!
Maurice just nodded, fully believing in the quality of their work. M commented on the scene, his amusement barely restrained.
Do you have something in your ears, kid? No pun intended. The guildmasters seem eager to see what this weapon is capable of. And Maurice too. So, do it.
Rhy Shen tightened his grip.
Sorry, Maurice.
Then he slammed the hammer against the helmet like a church bell. The courtyard shook violently. Dust and sparks erupted. The earth beneath trembled, a jagged rock cracking and falling from the cliffs above. Yet the hammer remained intact. And poor Maurice? He stood, unmoved, his feet stamped into the ground, still facing Rhy Shen through the round glasses embedded in his mask. A few aetham shards erupted from his chest like shooting stars, only to be absorbed by the hammer within an eye blink. A voice rang out from under his mask, proud and triumphant.
Equipment! Approved!
Then, a bit quieter, Maurice turned back to Rhy Shen.
The rules are simple. All against one. You withstand each round for 1 minute. That's it.
The guildmasters waited until Maurice took his place in the lines of the pit. A hand rose, and, as if in perfect sync, all the assistants knew the pack trial had begun. The pit seemed to implode on Rhy Shen, like an atomic core tearing itself apart. Slight as they were, the assistants were monsters in disguise. Mechanized suits and tech gauntlets turned their weakly bodies into living, killing machines. They vaulted through the air like wild animals and didn't hesitate to shoot at Rhy Shen with their cannon-bristled arms.
Fuck!
Rhy Shen parried each blow of the wave. The clash of metal rang like thunder through the yard. Bam! Following the attack, the guildmaster in charge raised 2 fingers, and the assistants immediately followed his command.
Shoot!
At the second wave, the number of missiles imploding on him halved. With a round swing, the hammer deflected this strike too. Startled by their malfunctioning arms, the assistants jiggled their gear and blew through the barrels.
What the hell is wrong with the equipment?
Finally, the guildmaster raised a 3rd finger.
Shoot!
This time, there was barely a bullet that even reached Rhy Shen's hammer. The weapons malfunctioned, spitting the missiles out instead of shooting them. Untouched by any bullet, Rhy Shen had passed the first round of the pack trial.
You're all dolts.
The assistants were not too amused by that. One of them screamed with fury,
Maurice! Round 2. Get your ass over here.
Maurice returned, but he was unrecognizable. The ridiculously small man, whose tiny legs had once seemed comical, was now completely hidden beneath a towering combat suit. Massive and menacing, each step he took left a dent in the cobblestones. The mech raised a hand toward Rhy Shen, its arm whirring as it loaded a massive, shark-headed projectile.
I won't let you blow that in my face, pisshead.
Rhy Shen swung his hammer with all his strength, but the mech's armor deflected the blow. With only one arm to steady the handle, the weapon shot forward like a missile. The backlash of the hammer slammed through Rhy Shen's body and hurled him backward. He hit the ground and skidded across the stone. When he finally slid to a stop, face first in the dirt, the crowd burst into laughter.
The shitbringer is not heavy enough for that hammer.
A harsh, charging noise told everyone the mech was ready. The tiny pilot, Maurice, barely raised his scrawny arm inside the massive suit, and the air around the mech's arm crackled. With a deafening boom, the mech lunged forward, fist clenched, to deliver a strike powered by a roaring gust. Rhy Shen dodged the iron fist by mere millimeters. The gust still struck and tore his head from his shoulders. It shattered into a cloud of smoke, leaving the crowd gasping for air. Even the guildmasters exchanged uneasy glances, murmuring under their breath. The sight of Rhy Shen, standing headless yet upright, sent a ripple of fear through the pit.
He's a ghost.
A demon!
What?
They watched in bewilderment as the contact drew bursts of refined aether from the mech's core, glowing along its joints.
Look what's happening. He's reassembling his head.
The sense of dread in the crowd swelled into sheer panic as they watched the nightmarish Rhy Shen pull himself together, madness blazing in his eyes. And as if that weren't enough for their fragile hearts, the mech collapsed. Sparks fizzled, smoke curled into the air, and silence fell over the pit like a heavy weight.
Equipment check.
Someone whispered after a long while.
Gilbert, go.
One of the assistants scrambled forward through the dust, eyes wide. For a trained tech cultivator like Gilbert, it was easy to see that the core lay in ruins.
Equipment kaput. Absolutely kaput. How is this possible?
The machine had been reduced to nothing but scrap. Whispers from the crowd swelled into a low, uneasy hum of dissatisfaction. Finally, another assistant came with a crowbar to free poor Maurice from the suit. He checked the mech, then Rhy Shen, then the mech again, frowning in confusion.
How is this possible? He barely even touched the mech.
The Smithery Guild's frustration was palpable. Machinery destroyed, spectacle lost. It was too much for poor Maurice, who attacked Rhy Shen as soon as he was freed from the mech interior.
Do you know how much time we have put into this baby, you demon?
The air in the Smithery Guild hall was thick with fury. Every guild member's glare burned like molten steel as they turned to Rhy Shen.
This is unacceptable. How did you do that?
Guildmaster Heron remained calm and serious.
Maybe your weapon holds more secrets than we thought,
He said, glancing uncertainly at the other guildmasters.
What do we make of that?
They tried to hide it, but even M in Rhy Shen's ear noticed how much they struggled to conceal their admiration. The second guildmaster barked again, half hiding behind Heron.
I didn't know this shithammer would sabotage our equipment once it is in your hands. You've destroyed the mech, and you will pay with work. Every hour, every ounce of labor we've put into this, you'll have to pay it back to us.
Rhy Shen raised an eyebrow, lazily wiping soot from his hands. Slowly, it dawned on him that being nightmarish and a pest came with certain advantages in the world.
Pah, I surely won't pay for the shitty mess you created by challenging me. You want me to work? And how do you plan to force me exactly, huh? I could suck out your atham, and your life along with it.
A single, icy glare from him made the assistants recoil. No soul in this guild would dare force Rhy Shen into anything. Not after witnessing the life-devouring witchery bound to that ghostly fiend and his cursed hammer. The guildmasters, suddenly more cautious, tried to appease him.
No need for aggression. We just want fair compensation.
You ruined us! Yeah!
M's voice buzzed softly into the negotiation.
Say yes. Just say yes. Be a bit diplomatic. And a bit less arrogant, you dumb fish.
Rhy Shen smirked.
No.
A collective gasp rose from the assistants, followed by a chorus of outraged shouts. The guildmasters crossed their arms in disapproval.
You insolent brat!
You'll regret this. What in the name of Drago are you even, young man?
Guildmaster Heron held up his open palm, bracing for a surge of wind energy. But the gear had lost its aethum in Rhy Shen's presence.
The hammer affects this equipment too?
Rhy Shen strolled out of the pit, utterly unbothered. Sparks hissed from the shattered mechs, and the assistants could do nothing but form a makeshift corridor to let him pass.
Fuck all of you.
No one could stop him. Every mechanical weapon, every piece of gear he brushed past lay in ruins. The unarmed forge, the bumbling assistants, even the Juru guildmasters themselves. They were all beneath him now. Poor Maurice was the only one who dared to shout after him. He climbed on the ruins of his mech armor and lifted a tiny fist.
We will meet again, shipbringer.
Rhy Shen stepped out of the forge pit with his chin raised high, shoulders straight.
You are expelled from the Smithery Guild!
Forever.
Furious screams thundered across the cliffs around the Smithery district. Far above, the assistants hurled curses after him. Their pitiful, atham-bound weapons were clattering against their armor as they pointed shaking fingers down the winding path.
You are an enemy of the Ironroot Forge now!
For life!
Whatever. I don't care.
M's voice returned in his ear the moment they were clear of the pit.
Oh, Ghost Boy. Oh, kid. Why do you have to piss off everyone you meet? Honestly, it's like a calling.
Rhy Shen brushed his hair from his eyes.
They started it.
And you finished it. Badly.
For once, M sounded serious.
Now you will have to break into the forge to take a look at Alco. Your best chance to do so is fast, since the forge would be filled with assistants once they cleared up your mess in the yard.
Rhy Shen only scratched the back of his head.
What does the forge have to do with...
No questions. Time is running, kid. If we can get one step ahead of the mistress, we may still have time to do some good.
And how the fuck is breaking into the forge supposed to be good, M? This has to be illegal even in Mizar.
Listen, kid. This woman surely didn't let you refine your weapon out of kindness. No matter how you twist it, she will come for you. And she will use it for something. And then she'll probably wipe you out.
Okay, then. I'll give you that, M. If this is what it takes to stay ahead of her, then we're committing a crime for the greater good, I guess.
Rhy Shen clawed his way upward with one arm, the hammer dragging like dead weight at his side. Above him, the mountain split into jagged vents, chimneys from the hidden forge, breathing out thick, black smoke. Everything happened within a second.
Ouch.
He paused, just long enough to look up.
M. Do you have any clever instructions on how to break into a fucking mountain fortress too, huh?
M answered in an annoyingly casual voice.
Go do your little disappearing trick. Poof yourself out or whatever. It only hurts a little, right? Or does something have to smash you in the face first before it kicks in?
Fuck you, M.
Fueled entirely by spite, Rhy Shen slipped through the venting shaft in excruciating agony and, to his own irritation, did it disturbingly well.
This isn't worth it, I swear.
Quiet, efficient, and with the unsettling speed of a seasoned assassin. And yet, he felt watched. Something in the pines or beyond the hills. Something or someone lured in the fog. Rhy Shen landed silently on the stone below. The forge hall was dark, hollow, full of cold anvils and dead machines.
What now, Em? Work fast. Materials to your left. We're building an Ishi mirror.
Glass fragments. A thin layer of refined atham. Wire filaments. Vermilion powder. M guided while Rhy Shen shaped the artifact. Heat whispered through the forge as if the machines held their breath in excitement. Fortunately for Rhy Shen, the materials for a mirror came in powder form. If they'd been bricks, he might have simply died on the spot.
Right now, you can't lift anything heavier than a strong opinion. The future's going to ask a lot more of you than that, kid.
The mirror took form. A strange, dark disk, its surface swallowing the light instead of reflecting it.
Good. It should work well enough for our purposes.
A noise from the main hall told Rhy Shen that the assistants had finished their cleanup outside, only to return to the forge and work even more.
We don't have much time. And don't you ever tell anyone how to entangle two Ishi mirrors. You hear me? That's my personal recipe. So, focus on your last experience in the furnace of the Alchemist's Guild. Don't think about anything else. You remember?
Rhy Shen felt this hollowing feeling he had when he tried to entangle an Ishi mirror the last time once more. It horrified him deeply.
I remember.
Now put a single hair of yours into the plate and anchor the mirror. If we're lucky, the Ishi mirror shows something useful to find the Aeon Fire.
Rhy Shen exhaled, touched the rim, and the surface rippled. The world inside the mirror opened. He leaned closer to sneak a look at Alcor, treading on territory he was clearly not meant to see. Trespassing the mistress's rules. It sent a thrill racing through him, sharp and forbidden. And for one heartbeat, the danger felt like a reward. In the reflection of the mirror, a shadow formed between white lights. Scarlet red eyes, obsidian hair, an aura of pure, flickering contempt. It was her.
You're untrustworthy. I knew it.
The eon-bound mistress stared at Rhy Shen from the reflection, framed by the cold light of a tremendous white hall. Her eyes locked onto his through the mirror, as if it wasn't a window at all, but a door. Her hatred almost consumed her.
Oh, you'll regret that, you traitor. I will come for you.
The mirror cracked, like ice reluctantly giving way, releasing a plume of black smoke that swallowed the forge in shadow. Rhy Shen stumbled back, feeling his heart painfully pulsing on top of his throat.
Fuck. She's coming. She's really coming. She's coming to take my head. What now, Em?
M said nothing. He truly had nothing to say.
M? M!